what happens when we stop waging war on ourselves? Just think about that. What happens when all the energy that we have been putting into being critical of ourselves, being mean to ourselves, judging ourselves, what if we took all of that energy and we put it towards something else? This is what I've been doing for the past month. This is day 122 of my Practicing Visibility series. I took a month off. I really was burnt out from traveling, not from the actual work, which was great. I was seeing friends and going to events and working really special opportunities. I was on like the East and West Coast multiple times for months. And then I started this huge project, which I was really excited about, but I just like really burnt out. So I decided what I would do in the past is push through or just beat myself up over and over again until I kind of forced myself to do the work. And then I would get to this like absolute breaking point where my mental health was like in the drain. I didn't feel good about myself. I didn't feel good about the work. And so as soon as I started realizing that I was getting to that point, I said, I'm not going to do that, right? Because I'm going to work with myself. I no longer wage war on myself. I use that energy to help myself thrive. I don't want to just survive. I want to thrive, and not just professionally, personally. In the past, month, I have gotten to go to a couple of really special events with friends from my past. I got to spend time with the person that matters the most to me, my partner. I got to go to Thailand and work with elephants. I got to prepare for my book launch. I got to do all these things, but most importantly, I got to rest. And I don't know if you can see it. The lighting looks really good, but I feel the best I felt in a long time, and I feel ready to jump back into the work, and I feel ready to jump back into the life that I've envisioned for myself. In the past, if I had not slowed down, first of all, I would be at camp right now. That was a huge thing that I decided not to do. I've worked for this camp. I volunteered for this camp 3 years in a row, and I decided not to go this year. And it was a tough decision, but going to this camp after months of being burnt out, and then 2 weeks of traveling in Thailand. The last week was specifically working at an elephant program, right? And then forcing myself to go to a camp and just be burnt out again and even be more upset and then not have any time to rest or relax or enjoy my book launch or do any of these things would have put me in a really bad place. And so it looked like doing what was good for me in this moment. And that's the opposite of waging war on myself. This is really what I'm trying to teach kids. I mean, to be really blunt with you all about it, we condition kids to be at war with themselves. I've said this before. We condition kids to be at war with themselves or other people. It's why there are so many people who are causing harm to themselves or causing harm to other people, right? From the moment we are born, we are told this is what you should do, this is who you should be, this is how you should feel, this is how you should act, right? And those things are really solidified by education, by the careers, by society, and then we are confused when we don't know who we are, when we've never really gotten a chance to learn how to work with ourselves. And so I have done that, and I feel so much better. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to have difficult things. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to make mistakes, that I'm not going to slip up. It just means that I know how to work with myself. And then instead of it being judgmental, it's being curious. And instead of me being harsh, it's me being compassionate. Instead of me, like hitting myself over the head multiple times, it's me lifting myself up and saying, if this is not working, there's a reason. And instead of being mad at myself for it, I'm going to work with myself to get through it. So I think that society would be a lot better if people were taught how to go through life with themselves in positive ways instead of waging war on themselves. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm back on my project. This is the best I've looked and the best I've felt in a while. And I'm, just excited to be here. So I will see you tomorrow.